They think I'm losing it. My captain, my partner, even my daughter won't talk to me. Maybe they're right. Maybe I am losing my mind. But I need you to understand something. This didn't start with ghosts, or demons, or any of that movie crap. It started with a baby crying in the woods. That's it. Just one sound. One call over the radio. And I thought I was doing the right thing. I thought I was helping someone. But I brought something back with me. And now I don't sleep. I don't eat. I don't feel like myself anymore. And I don't think I'm alone in this house. Not really. It happened a few nights ago, and I haven't said a word about it until now. Not to my ex, not to my partner at the precinct, not even to my daughter. I couldn't, thinking it sounds insane. Saying it out loud would make it real, but writing it down, maybe that's the only way I can get it out. I've been with CMPD for a while now, long enough to know how the worst calls usually come in. Real quiet, real normal. Can you check out a noise complaint? Sounds like a baby crying. That came in around 2:07 a.m., West Charlotte, just past Mount Holly Road. Woods near an old Duke Energy substation, fenced off for years, overgrown. Forgotten. I knew the spot. Not the kind of place you walk a stroller, but a place you might sleep if you didn't have a home. So that's where my head went. Some poor woman out there in the trees with a newborn, maybe trying to keep warm. I'm a dad. I couldn't ignore it. I didn't wait for backup. I should have. But the way that cry sounded, it hit something primal. I parked on the shoulder, grabbed my flashlight, and stepped into the dark. No trail, just earth like sponge under my boots, branches snagging at my vest. The deeper I walked, the colder it got. That wet, bone-deep kind of cold that doesn't make sense in Carolina in April. I figured maybe a creek nearby, maybe the wind. But it felt wrong, like the trees were holding their breath. Then I heard it again. Wah, faint, weak. It sounded like my daughter when I brought her home from the hospital. I stopped walking, listened. It was looping. Same rhythm, same pitch. Not natural, not organic, like it was being played from a speaker. I moved forward anyway. Something pulled at me. Curiosity, guilt, I don't know. I crested a ridge, and that's when I saw the eyes. Dozens of them reflecting back in the dark like scattered stars. They stepped forward together. White deer, pure white. Albino, red eyes. Antlers like branching coral. Maybe 20 of them standing in the trees. They weren't scared. They didn't run. They didn't move at all. Just stared. Their bodies were wrong, twisted, too tall, joints too low. Their legs bent in unnatural ways, like they'd been broken and healed in reverse. One had a neck too long, like someone had stretched it with hooks. And at the center of them was a smaller one. No antlers. Female, maybe. Her mouth opened wide, wider than it should have been all the way down her jaw, and the baby's cry came out. Wah, wah. That's when I knew this wasn't an animal. This wasn't anything from here. I should have run. I didn't. I just stood there, heart pounding, sweating through my shirt in the cold. Then they moved, all of them, at once, turning without a sound and vanishing into the trees like they'd never been there. And the crying stopped. I didn't move for a long time, maybe 30 seconds, maybe 5 minutes. My brain had just shut down. I turned back, half tripping, crawling through brush until I saw the lights of my cruiser. I tried to call it in. Nothing. Radio dead. No signal. Static only. It didn't come back until I was 5 miles down the road. Next morning I came back. I had to. Brought animal control. They found nothing. No tracks, no fur. Just a single human baby tooth lying in the brush. A milk tooth. The guy from animal control shrugged, said maybe a baby had been out here, dropped it. He tossed the tooth back into the woods like it meant nothing. But I went and picked it up, pocketed it. I don't know why. That night I didn't sleep. I kept hearing it. The crying, not loud, just under the sound of everything else, like static behind the walls. I chalked it up to nerves until the next night. That's when I saw one, a white deer, standing in my yard, watching the house. I blinked, and it was gone. Since then, I've seen them again, on patrol, in parking lots, by the roadside, just standing, always watching. I started hearing the babies cry when I wasn't anywhere near trees, behind gas stations, at the grocery store, in the mountains, on vacation. I started dreaming about them, about the smaller one, the one without antlers, standing in my hallway, in my daughter's room, and always, always that cry. I don't have a baby. My daughter's 14. She lives with her mom. And the tooth, I lost it. One morning it was just gone from the drawer, like it had never been there. That's when things escalated. The white deer didn't just watch anymore. They followed. Reflections in windows, hoofprints on my porch. Once, I came outside and found long, thin strands of white hair tangled in the storm door. I told myself I was losing it. But then the other night I looked at my security camera feed, and there it was, again, standing by the edge of my yard. The small one, no antlers, except it wasn't crying like a baby this time. It was screaming, in my voice. Word for word, it screamed what I said on the phone to dispatch that night. It screamed my daughter's name. It laughed with my laugh. It said things I've only whispered to myself in the dark. And then it walked toward the house. I tried to run to the door, but I couldn't move. I was frozen to the floor, just watching the screen. It looked straight into the camera, right through it, right at me. Then the feed went black. When I checked the front yard, nothing was there, but the doorknob was warm, like someone had been holding it. I haven't left the house in 2 days. I unplugged every device, every phone, but I still hear it, at night, just outside. Sometimes it's crying, sometimes it's me, and sometimes it sounds like my daughter. But the thing is, I just got a call from my ex. She says our daughter hasn't come home from school, that she never got on the bus, that no one saw her leave. And when I looked outside a few minutes ago, there was something waiting in the driveway. A white deer, smaller than the others, no antlers, and clutched in its teeth was a backpack, my daughter's backpack.